Hi everyone. Wait, give me a sec. I'm a bit, just a tad bit unprepared. So, um, give me a moment to, just give me a moment to like tweet that I'm currently streaming right now. Um, 1 second, 1 second. Hi everyone. I hope everyone's doing well. Um, it's been a few days since I streamed. Um, I've just been busy, honestly. Mostly with like, oh man, weekends, just weekends especially are pretty rough. Hi Navi, welcome. Hi everyone. Give me 1 second. It's currently, I usually don't stream this early, but it's currently 6:31 a.m. and I did not sleep at all, actually. I don't know, my sleep schedule has been so bad. Recently I've been like falling asleep at around like maybe like 3 p.m. That's not very good, because, you know, I've just gotta resist the urge not to take that that very delicious, you know, afternoon nap that ends up being a whole darn sleep. That ends up being like an 8-hour affair. I'm trying to eat my peaceful meals. Oh wait, I wish I had a meal. All I have is coffee. I might get something. I might go out to eat to get something though. Maybe. You got a new phone yesterday? Nice, nice. Very nice. What did I haven't gotten anything recently. I've been broke. I've been broke. You know what I got? I got a medical bill for $200. That's what I got. I just had to pay that off this morning. It was like for such a dumb reason as well. Like I probably could have self-diagnosed or whatever, but it's whatever. I thought my insurance would cover it. It didn't, but it's okay. What happened? Nothing bad happened. Just I needed to get something checked out. Yeah, just say that. I like apple slices and steaks. Those are two very different foods. But yeah, those sound good. I like something that I don't have. Something that I don't have like very often is corned beef. And I don't know why it's not like more common, because it tastes really good. I know it's like It's very salty. Maybe that's why the reason why it's not too common. But I really like it. But I only ever really have it like on what's that holiday called? The the Irish holiday. It just happens. What is it called again? Or whatever that is. Whatever that day is called. Oh, St. Patrick's Day. Why does... Yeah, I've got like early morning fog, I guess, even though I've been up. I guess... guess like... I don't know. Oh, I haven't even had an apple in so long, honestly. I'm not that much of a fruit liker. What? Oh my god, the subtitles were not correct at all. Hi Iga-chan, hello. Oh my gosh. These subtitles are not very accurate. Sometimes it says something insane. There was an updated version. I didn't have time to update the I didn't have time to update it though. Or to set it. I didn't want to like have to set it all up again, so I didn't touch it. But yeah, I wanted to talk about, well, I actually had a lot of things to talk about. And I kind of just like write down things that I want to talk about, because yeah, I am tired, but also it always feels like this in the mornings. But yeah, anyways, throughout the week, I find things that I want to talk about, and I just kind of, I note them down, because I eventually want to talk about it on stream. I don't know why. I just feel like I have like no other outlet of like getting my thoughts and feelings out there. There is like Twitter, but I don't like Twitter. So I just whenever I have like an opinion on something, I just say it on here on this live stream. If you're okay, see ya, Navi. Thanks for stopping by. Yeah, I have my list right here. I'm gonna go get it real quick. Okay, so what did I want to talk about today? So I just wanted to chat today because I probably don't have a lot of time this morning, but I still wanted to stream. I still wanted to see you guys. Okay, huh. Oh. Wait. At times when... Yeah, it definitely feels like... I've definitely been up for a while. Definitely. I've really got to... It's just so hard for me because... on the weekends, I'm up all night, at work, so... And then I just have to, readjust to being up in the mornings. When it's, when it's during the week, when I've got school during the day. Oh, I actually, yesterday, wait, not yesterday, 2 days ago, I saw the Mario movie. Yeah, so, or the Super Mario movie. Oh wait. Yeah, I saw the Super Mario movie, and it was... I mean, it was okay. You're on holidays right now? I wish I had a holiday. Sorry, mate. Someone came home. I didn't think there'd be here in the... They went out. I didn't think they'd come home in the morning. Anyway. I don't really watch movies. I'm not like a movie person. As much as that's like... I don't know, is that normal? I feel like I feel like I'm not into normal things sometimes. Right, because like everyone everyone is like always talking about like the latest Netflix show or the latest movie or whatever. I don't... Sometimes I wonder what I do all day. That's... Subtitles are so funny. Yeah. I don't know. I feel like I don't have time for anything. Well, I have time for the, like, you know, the things that I do, but I feel like I couldn't possibly fit any more hobbies into my life. Like I couldn't... I got so busy that I had to stop watching anime. But I used to do that a lot. That used to be my go-to. It was funny. Oh yeah, the Mario movie was great. Well, it was okay. I thought it was very charming. The movie was very charming, I guess. That's really like the only way I could describe it, because I wouldn't call it good from maybe like a cinematic standpoint. It had a lot of like beautiful shots, like the animation was very beautiful. It looked really good. But like I feel like the story was just like I know it's like obviously the story of Mario isn't like anything special. But I feel like they could have done something more interesting with the like I would have loved to have there be like an actual plot. Like I would love there to... I mean, there was a plot, but it was very simple. Like I just feel like there could have been more going on, but what was there was very good. I feel it just wasn't like I don't really know what I expected, but I was kind of... It felt very much like a children's movie. And that's not really a bad thing, it's just not really what I find interesting. I want to... Everyone is saying good things about John Wick 4. And I have not watched a single John Wick movie. Maybe I should like... I could do like a watch along, maybe. I don't know. I just probably what I'm gonna end up doing is just watching all of them in like in VR chat because there's worlds there where you can just watch movies for free. I don't really know why. That doesn't seem very like it doesn't seem like it's all like it should be allowed, but but they're there. So I'm probably just gonna watch them there. It's a lot of John Wick to catch up on. But yeah. Oh, another movie. There's actually like usually I don't feel like usually I really don't feel like watching movies. Like the movies that come out nowadays. They're like none of them really pique my interest, but there's been a few movies that have kind of like that I've kind of wanted to see. Like the D&D movie. D&D. How well, I don't people call it like D&D, like they kind of just like they abbreviate the "and." But yeah, the Dungeons and Dragons movie. What is it called again? Something mischief mayhem something. I don't know. But apparently it's more of like a comedy, and that sounds interesting. I feel like that's kind of perfect for like a Dungeons and Dragons movie, since it's like I mean, from what I see, I've never gotten to play it because I've never gotten like a party together to play, but I actually listen to like a lot of, well, I used to listen. I need to find more. I need to find a good Dungeons and Dragons podcast, because I had one that I really liked, but they paused. They had to temporarily pause the podcast because one of their members got kicked out. But I've been looking for a new one because just listening to people having fun and playing D&D is like really it's really really fun. I feel like when there's a good DM and the party has a good sense of humor, it's like, I don't know, it's like listening to an audio drama, but like it's a comedy. It's like a comedy audio drama. Yeah. That would be really nice to listen to, especially at work. There's also the Barbie movie. That looks very interesting. It's not exactly what I would what I would think a Barbie movie would look like. And I think, has there been like other Barbie movies before? Well, like all of them have been animated, haven't they? They were like animated movies. Also, I don't think I didn't post it in the Discord that I'm streaming. I'm gonna go do that right now. But yeah, I saw an ad for it before seeing the Mario movie. Will I see it? Probably not. Well, depends. If it's really good, then maybe. It's just, I can't be bothered to like go into the theater, especially when you don't have anyone to see a movie with. Well, actually, I don't know. Usually you would go to a movie with like other people, right? But honestly, like, I don't see why it is. like a group activity. I guess because you can talk about it afterwards, I guess, but you don't really like talk during the movie. You just kind of sit there in silence, like you don't even. It's just like you're watching it alone, pretty much. So I don't know why it's like always seen as as like a group activity, you know? Hold on. But yeah, what? I have a lot of things to talk about, but I don't know. Oh, I kind of there's like a lot of things that, well, first of all, after we haven't finished Doki Doki Literature Club yet, but once we do that, which I want to do it tonight, maybe tonight if I have time, but I don't know. This week I want to finish it. It's just that all of the streams so far have been like at night, and so I want to also, like, I want to keep that consistency so the people who are able to catch it live can also, you know, can catch like the finale, you know. I don't want to like just have the last one be like in the morning, and then all of the people who have been watching live, who have been watching the series live up until that point, just don't get to see the final stream. But yeah, I've been wondering what kind of streams to do after that. People say Minecraft, like Minecraft is a popular game. I don't know how many people actually like to watch Minecraft, but when I like ask people, that seems to be like a popular choice they give me. And I do have that family server, but the thing is, I don't think anybody uses it. That's the thing, right? Like, I don't even think anyone actually uses it. I mean, I can check. I haven't used it in a while, just because I've been busy. But I'd be surprised if I saw any like progress, beyond what I saw the last time I was on. And I'm paying monthly for it. It's just like, I don't know. I just want to. It's nice to have, you know. It's just like nice to have it there, in case anybody wants to play. But yeah, I don't know if it's entirely worth it. I should probably just play on it and make it worth it, but it's like, I guess I'm also just procrastinating because I'm pretty sure the next step in that server is probably making like a complicated mob farmer kind of thing, and that's like, I'm dreading that, really. I don't want to do that, but it's something I'm gonna have to do. So maybe we'll have a mob farm building stream. Oh, and also I want to I showed everyone that little piece that I composed, that little like musical piece. I want to do more of that, but on stream. There's actually a project. There's a music theory project that I have to do. I don't know when it's due. I think it's probably due sometime next month. or maybe by the end of this month. I'm not sure. But I've got a project that I have to work out. I also want to kind of just practice, like trying to like arrange very simple existing songs, and I just want to like see if I can arrange them in interesting ways. I think that would be a pretty good practice, because making things from scratch is pretty hard. Yeah. And I also I finally have like the end in sight for for my first degree. My first my first fine arts degree. I've been going to I've been going to school for like I think this semester would have been like 2 years, maybe a year and a half. I can't remember, but I've still got a whole year. I still got a whole year more of school I have to do. So like 2 more semesters, and then I'll have my fine arts degree. But I have it like mostly all planned out, like all the courses and stuff, and I was dreading it, but unfortunately I'm going to have to take piano classes, and I'm really not looking forward to that. Instruments are like really difficult for me. I don't exactly know why. Aw. Iga, I'll play with you. Yeah, I would love to play Minecraft with you. I can use passion Japanese. I don't know much Japanese, but I'm sure we could still have fun. I did have a stream with Soruto and Mitsuki, and that was still pretty fun. I was on my own then. Julie was supposed to be the translator, and she was sick, so I was just on my own with no idea how to speak Japanese. But that was fun. Somehow, like I don't know how I like it went a lot better than I would have thought it did. It would have, you know. Passion English, yes. No, Iga's English is perfect English. Yes. I also want to try playing FPS games, like Apex Legends, or I don't know what others. CS:GO, Counter-Strike 2 is coming out. I used to play CS:GO, Counter-Strike Global Offensive when I was like in high school. That was like my go-to game back then. I spent way too much money on like those skin cases. Apex, yes. Oh, Iga likes Apex. Do you? I know Marume-chan likes Apex a whole lot, but I think I saw you playing Apex with her as well. Yeah. I'm not that much of a Apex player, but I think Okay, you like it? I think I have decent aim. I have decent aim, and I think that would be enough for me to contribute to the team. Because I'm not really good at much else, but I can fight. I have that fighting spirit, even though I don't know like any good strategies or whatever. That game is a lot it's a lot more strategical than I would have thought. I watched well, not really watched, more so just listened to the Vtuber tournament, V-Psycho. And that was interesting. Competitive Apex seems like a completely different beast. And I actually used to want to be like an esports player when I was younger. I mean, I'm still not like... I'm very like out of practice. I don't play games much anymore. But, you know, back when I used to just play games all day, every day, that was something that I was seriously considering. But the problem was that that I never liked any of the popular esports games that would come out. There were not really any ones that interested me, and the ones that did interest me, they never really took off in the esports space. I actually did participate in a tournament for a game at one point, but the game was so unpopular that the tournament, I don't even think, had a prize pool. So and I did terribly as well. But yeah, it would be so nice if I could find like teams of people to play with just like any game. I'd be willing to like try like every game at this point. I used to be very sort of a hippie. Like I wouldn't play anything that was popular. But I've got like every single like popular I got like every single popular esports game downloaded right now, just because VTubers tend to like to play those kinds of games. And I just want people to play with me, really. I think even though I don't really like those kinds of games, maybe if I got the chance to play with someone else, that would make it kind of worth it. I know that I'm a lot more of a fan of those realistic kind of games. Like I noticed, this is something that I noticed, what becomes like a popular esport in Japan versus like what is a popular esport in America or anywhere in the West. It's very different. Like there are some games that are popular everywhere, like I don't know, like League of Legends, stuff like that. But like I don't really see any. I think like the biggest game, or one of the biggest games for esports is well, I don't know if it's still this way, but you know, everyone wouldn't shut up about Fortnite, but I don't it seems like Japan, from my point of view, they they kind of chose Apex Legends as like their esport, you know, especially VTubers. There have been a lot more getting into Valorant, but even then, I feel like it's mostly like Western and like other VTubers who are playing Valorant. And you know what? And also another game that surprises me as like an esports choice is what's that game called again? PUBG. Player Unknown's Battlegrounds, PUBG. That's an old game. I'm pretty sure I bought it when it was still like in early access or whatever. I have like the early supporter shirt and everything. I haven't played it in ages though, because I think generally it's not that good of a game. They did that. I think they fine-tuned some of the stuff later on, but still, I don't really see why that would ever be as popular as it is over there. It's pretty much like lost all traction in the West. Like everyone's just hopped to Fortnite or Valorant or Apex Legends. I wish there were like some alternative games that would like show up and be interesting. I know Overwatch is gonna have like a... Overwatch is like... I feel like Overwatch is an esport, not necessarily because the people chose it to be like an esport. Like it's not like the people love watching Overwatch. I just feel like Blizzard has a lot of money, and so they can kind of shape the public's opinion on the game and make people see it as an esport, even though I'm not sure. At least from what I've heard, Overwatch is not a very fun competitive game. Like it's not very competitive from what I see. Well, it is very competitive, but it's not on like the level of like Counter-Strike or Valorant. There's a lot more like I feel like when you can usually like parse the skill ceiling in any video game by just I guess, well, it's kind of hard to actually put this in practice, but theoretically, I guess, if you were to put like a new player, but like I guess like average casual player, and then pit them up against like a pro competitive player. I feel like if you did that, then you can tell how competitive a game really is by the amount of times that the lower skilled player would win. Because theoretically, if they had like 100 rounds or whatever, there would be times where the low skilled player would win, like if they just get like lucky, or the pro player makes a mistake or something like that. And I feel like in games like Overwatch, it's a lot easier for that low skilled player to actually win. I feel like out of 100, if we're being like just like theoretical, like if I would just throw a random number in there, like let's say if you pit a mid skilled team against a high skilled team in Overwatch, let's say like the high skilled team will win 75, no, 80% of the time. And that might seem like that's a lot, but for a team that literally like probably practices every day and you know is professionally paid to do that, that is not a very confident percentage, right? It's like there's still like, you know, there's still like way too much of a chance for that other team. Whereas literally like pit any like beginner or just like average player against like a pro fighting game player, and they will not like get like they will not win at all. Their win rate will be like 0%. Probably that pro player won't even they probably won't even let him get a single hit on him, because fighting games are like one of those games where like skill is like, it's like 100% skill. Like it's so much, it's all like, it's all tech, it's all I don't know how to describe it, but there's no way for like a low skilled player to just get lucky and win, you know, because every action they take in something as precise as a fighting game is just like so intentional. Like you have to be so intentional in those games. You can't accidentally make a good play in a game like that. Whereas I feel like in FPS games, you can just get lucky. You can catch someone at a bad time, you know, maybe they looked away for a split second. Maybe you can get a lucky headshot, something like that. Like I feel like the competitive, I don't know, it interests me so much, but I don't think I would ever, I don't know. How do you even get into that kind of sphere? How would you even become like a competitive gamer? Because nobody can just like quit their job and just like play a game for 8 hours a day and what I don't really see, like, I guess that's why so many esports gamers are like so young, because they're just like literally just kids who just spent all day playing video games. I just don't see how like how anybody else could feasibly get into that kind of thing. I would have to like drop all my other hobbies. I don't know. I feel like I would have more of a chance than maybe others though, because I actually do pick up on things pretty fast. If I commit myself to something, then I can learn pretty quickly. Like that's like one thing that I can actually say about myself, is that sometimes I can adapt a lot quicker than others, and sometimes it takes longer. It's very like, I don't know. I feel like definitely in video games, I've been trained just playing games all my life, and just playing so many different kinds of games, and having to basically learn a whole new rule set every time I boot up a new game, right? So after a while you start adapting very quickly. And then maybe that's why I like adapt to games so quickly. And I feel like generally I could get to the skill level of like a pro player in probably like, I don't know, like let's say a pro player has played a game for 3,000 hours. That's a pretty normal time for someone to have in in like a, you know, professional esports game. If they're like top tier, you know. Some people, there's like, no, you're not a professional unless you have 10,000 hours. It's a lot. But let's just say a pro player has 3,000 hours. I feel like I could get to that relative skill level in maybe like 2,000, you know? Like, it would take me a little quicker to get to that point. I just feel like cause I just adapt a lot faster in some situations. Or I learn a lot quicker. Maybe because I just like games so much that I learn so quickly. Because in other things, I feel like it takes me forever to learn, or it's just impossible for me to learn anything. I guess you only get out of it as much as you put into it, like energy-wise. And also it just depends how you play a game as well. I feel like you won't get nearly as good unless you also study. Most games are relatively the same. That's not necessarily true. There are some skills that definitely translate to others. I would say in the case of in CSGO and Valorant, it would be very easy to transfer over. Like, those skills more or less transfer because one is just like a clone of the other one. But yeah, like the aiming, like stuff like aiming and recoil is crazy. Yeah, you're not supposed to just hold down the fire button. It's supposed to be more realistic in that way. That's why I don't really understand Valorant. Like, the setting doesn't really make any sense, because like they've got all these future guns, but they act so much just like real, like like, I don't know. It's like, why even use guns when you can, like, when everyone has like superpowers, you know? It just seems like the setting is just built to be like an esports game. Like, the world doesn't make any sense. It is that way because there has to be because there's a video game, you know? Like, especially, I love when like maps, when video game maps, they feel like lived in, like they feel like they could actually be something. Like, you could see people working there maybe, or like living there even. Like, CSGO will have maps just like called Office, or like, or just be or one of the maps is just like, a building that's like under construction, and it just looks like a building that's under construction. Like, it looks like it was just abandoned and people were just like fighting in it, you know? Like, it doesn't feel like it was built to be like a to be like a murder, like a murder arena, you know? Yeah, that's just like a little side tangent though. I also just don't like when games have a lot of different, like, I mean, I like the characters, but like actually there being like a very varied cast of characters in an esports game just makes it like needlessly complicated, right? Because like, why do I need to like memorize like 15 different people's names and abilities just to start? Like, that's like the first thing you have to do. Like, you have to like, you have to like be able to pass like a memorization quiz. Like, you have to do homework just to like even have a chance at like properly communicating and stuff like that. And I feel like League of Legends has the same problem as well, because like there's like, you have to take a course just to understand that game, I feel. Meanwhile, I feel like the games that I like are they're a lot they're a lot simpler at face value. Like you just have, you know, like they give you a gun and you shoot guy, you know, or like I don't know. It like the concept is simple, but this like the a good way to put it is that every game has a skill floor and a skill ceiling. The skill floor should always be very low. The floor should always be low and the ceiling should always be high. In a game like... And the skill floor is basically just like the entry point, I guess. To any game. Like how much skill is required to just like, you know, start off and just start having fun. And you know, the skill floor should be lower so that, you know, it's more accessible to the average person who doesn't want to have to, you know, they don't have to read like a 5-page paper on like how the game is supposed to work before actually playing it, right? So in the skill floor in a game like Valorant, where you have to memorize a bunch of different characters and each of their individual abilities and what your reactions to those abilities should be, and what those what counters those abilities, and what characters counter whatever characters, and it's like, that's too much. That's too much. I just want to shoot gun. So, and in a game like CS:GO, everything is just so even, right? Like one side will have like slightly different weapons from the other side, but it doesn't really matter because effectively they do, like, effectively each side and each person has the same set of tools. And so there's just less to overall have to remember. There's less you have to remember. And everyone is always relatively at like an equal playing field. You're not at you can't just be at a disadvantage because you chose wrong in the character selection screen or something like that. Or no one can like counter pick you at the beginning of the match, you know. That just doesn't happen. Like you always have to, like every I don't know, every person in the game is just like always at the, I don't really know how to word this, but basically it's more fair in my eyes. And I think Counter-Strike is like good. I think that's like a very good competitive game. I only really stopped playing it because I didn't have anybody to play with, and also there was just like a big hacker problem, especially in the lower ranks. There was people losing on purpose, there was hackers, and there was like people boosting their friends on the other team, and that was like what I had an issue with. Like it was almost impossible to get better because you'd have such a hard time getting into like good games. So it was not so much the game. The game was almost perfect. It's just like I guess the community again around it was kind of toxic. But yeah, I think Apex is almost like pretty good. Because I do like Apex. Like, it has very fun. When you actually get into a fight in that game, it's very fun. And it's kind of having to quickly scrounge up whatever you can, and then like quickly like getting into like a fight, and like, you know, everything's just like so chaotic and nobody knows, like there's no time to like get into like a good position or whatever. You just it's just all of a sudden it's like a big scuffle. That's great. That's what I love about that game. But like, then you just have times where like a team will gather like the perfect loadout, and they'll just like sit up perched on top of like a tower or something, and just like, you just have to have like a little peekaboo match with them, like peeking around a corner and like shooting them, and like doing tick damage from like 200 meters away. And that's like that's unfortunately how most fights in that game go. Meanwhile, I want more of the fights to be like, you know, what I described before, where it's just kind of very chaotic and upfront, and you're so close to each other's that like you could be like right next to each other and you wouldn't even know. I feel like more games should try to go for that sort of, I don't know. There's a lot of like, in each of these games, there's like a lot of annoying things that keep me from playing them all the time. Like another one is like Fortnite. It's fun, like the maps are cool, like whatever, the shooting feels pretty good, but the building is like so confusing and like and annoying, and just having people like constantly like like getting away by just like building, like, you know, if you catch someone out in the open, like out of cover, that's like, you know, that's their fault for the most part, right? Like you should be able to punish them for being out of position so much. But in that game, you kind of can't do that because they just build like a fortress the moment they hear you coming. So, and then all of a sudden you're at the disadvantage, and that's like annoying. And then it also you just have like, it comes to like two people in their own little like fortress that they've built, just kind of peeking out from like a little peephole, trying to get trying to get like a single shot on each other. And that's like, and that just like loops around to being like what's wrong with Apex. So yeah. Those are my issues with those games. Though the no building mode in Fortnite is actually pretty fun, because you know, it just removes that annoying bit, and then all of a sudden it's like so much of a better game. I'm surprised that there has been no like, I'm surprised there has been no like virtual reality esports games, really. There was like one, but I think it's getting shut down. And then the closest ones to being like an esports game are still like very hello? Okay. Well, that's so weird. I disconnected for a second. But The closest VR game to being an esport, I think it was called Onward or something. It's just like a typical like shooter. But I tried watching like a competitive like tourney for that game, and it was these pro players apparently with like their cool like with their fancy like probably really expensive computers and top of the line VR headsets and stuff like that. They were still running into issues like not being able to throw a grenade properly. Because VR is still kind of like, you know, kind of weird sometimes. But that would be such a good like, I feel like VR is such a good framework for esports. Like it could be really interesting. But nobody's really taken advantage of it so far. I guess also because it's not very accessible and the tech isn't really there yet. Unfortunately. It would really spice things up though. It'd be fun to watch and fun to play too. And you can actually be like active and stuff. Maybe you have esports players that are actually like ripped in real life. That would be cool. And they'd be close to being like actual athletes, you know? It would be you could have it at like the Olympic Games or something. I actually saw that they were adding games to the Olympics, but it was like very strange. I saw a video about it, and like the games that they chose was like they only chose games that were like made by like the people who sponsored the Olympics. So it was very like, so basically like a company paid to put their own games into the Olympics, and they were like just really like crappy mobile games. And it was like so crazy because it's like, what? This is in the Olympics? That's crazy. And that's how I felt. It was very strange. I think that's not at all the type of game that needs to be there. It needs to be something like action oriented, you know? Something sporty. Something you can get like, something like, I don't know. Just not that. And also like games just like emulating actual like Olympic sports. Like why? You could do so much more interesting things in a video game. So why just like replicate real sports? That's also why like I don't get it's also why I don't get like sports games, but you know, I just don't see why you'd have like basketball at the Olympics, but then you'd also have like NBA esports at the Olympics. That's not exactly what's happening, but it's kind of like that, and it's just why would you? Like that seems dumb. Like if you could have literally anything, why would you just make basketball again? I don't know. You know what I would also like to see at the Olympics, though? The future video games being transferred in. No, I don't feel like they wouldn't go that far, obviously, because nobody would want to feel the pain that they're feeling. But, like, it's getting to the point where people are making haptic suits that are... They have, like, they have very accurate, like, vibrations, like... You would wear a suit, and wherever you get touched in the game, you get touched in real life. You'll feel like that vibration that's supposed to emulate whatever is happening, like in the game. But that can only go so far, obviously. Like, what I assume it does is like, if something is just touching you, then it's like a soft vibration. But if it's like something smacked you or like something or like you were shot or something like that, then it's probably just like really fast. The humor? You mean the rumor? 2026? What the heck is happening in 2026? Hmm? I haven't heard anything about that year. Are you like a prophet? Are you telling me that I'm gonna die in 2026? Oh boy, I got 3 years to live. What the? The subtitles are so not accurate at all. I guess it's better than having nothing, but still. What the? That just sounds like a conspiracy theory. I don't know. I don't really buy that. Like they said in 2012 that whatever, the world's gonna end. I feel like there's one of those like every like decade. But as I was saying, I was gonna say something I really wanted to see in the Olympics. It would probably have to be airsoft. Airsoft is really cool. I always wanted to do airsoft. I think before I became a VTuber, I wanted to be like, if I didn't become like a random Let's Play channel or like whatever gaming oriented thing, what I would want to do is probably be an airsoft YouTuber. It's just that the cost of entry there is way too high, because you need like all the gear, you need the cameras. The GoPro cameras are expensive. You'd have to replace them all the time because they probably get hit by BBs every now and then. Warzone in real life. Yeah. It's really cool. I was considering it. Once I picked up like a military BDU camouflage thing. I picked one up at a pawn shop. Not a pawn shop. What was it again? It was like a flea market. Yeah, it was a flea market. I picked that up, and an actual like real life flak jacket, which was kind of crazy. It's just kind of in my closet right now, and I haven't used them because I got them because I wanted to do airsoft, and it was cheap. That's also why I got it, because it was like, I felt like if I was ever to get into airsoft, having that would come in handy. But yeah, I got that. Yeah, they're like the people that try to replicate video games in airsoft, those YouTubers. That's really cool. I love watching those videos. But what was I saying? I forgot what I was saying. I think probably something about oh yeah, I wanted to get into it, and I think I might have if it wasn't for I think the pandemic definitely did not help. I think I like gave up. I think that was when I got like I gave up, and eventually I got like a VR headset, because I thought like, oh no, I can't, I thought like, oh, maybe I won't do airsoft. Maybe I'll like just play shooting games in VR. That's kind of like the same thing, right? But it's really not. Like VR is fun, but like, it's just like not, like everyone's like, oh, it's so immersive. But like, basically after day one of having a headset, like it just feels like you're in a video game. Like, it just feels like you're not you're. It just feels like you're playing a video game, you know? It just feels like the control scheme is a bit different, you know? Like, it's just not conventional. But it still feels very much like a video game. It doesn't feel like real life or anything. And that should be obvious, but it kind of got, you know, the hype kind of oversold it a bit. Oh yeah, Nuketown. I know that map. Yeah, that's oh my gosh. Yeah, I saw videos. There was like someone recreated it. Some airsoft field. That's really cool. That's awesome. I'd love to go there one day. Yeah. It's probably somewhere in SoCal. SoCal has like a lot of cool airsoft fields. I wish where I lived had I mean, there is actually a few places like kind of like a probably like a long-ish drive, not too long though. But like I could probably get to one in a reasonable amount of time. Which just makes me regret that I didn't really like, I never really got into it. Because now, okay, now the pandemic is over. What like, and I didn't really like, not, I think like now getting into it would be too much of a hassle. Honestly. Like, I don't know, I've got like this thing. I've spent so much money on it. I like spent so much money on just trying to make my setup here as good as it possibly can be for streaming and stuff. I feel like not only do I not have like that expendable income, but like how much would I actually go out, like how often would I actually go out and like do stuff, you know? And if I did go out and go airsofting, I'd feel like I'd have to film it. Like, I'd have to make it into content somehow. Just because I'd want to. Because like that just seems really cool. Huh? Plush? Isn't that just Neopets? It just sounds like Neopets, but with extra steps. It's kind of what it was. Kind of. Yeah, that just feels like, I don't know. The Pokemon Go thing didn't really take off, I feel. It was big for a while, but it's kind of, I mean, I'm honestly surprised whenever I see some people still play it. I don't know, I never got into it. My phone at the time was way too bad to play it. So that's why I never got into it. Now that I actually have a phone that would probably be capable of playing it, at least for a while, I still never really gotten into it. I don't know. You'd think I'm like weird, because I don't actually have any games on my phone. You know that meme? Like that meme of a child and it's like, do you have any games on your phone? The answer is no, I don't have any games on my phone. Weirdly enough. Though maybe it's not that weird for me anymore. I don't really play, I mean, I feel like I like video game culture, but I don't actually play video games all that much. Not anymore. I feel like I definitely fell out of it hard after after I started streaming. Maybe even before that. Even a little while before that, I kind of wasn't into it for a while. Do you know Super Hot? Yeah, I played that game. It's a 2D version. You can play the VR version maybe one day. I just feel like it would be like more of the same, just VR. Yeah, that was an interesting. This is an interesting game. I have a whole list of games that I want to play on stream, and I feel like I'm literally never gonna get through it. The dodging in VR, yeah, but I feel like honestly doing it in real time is so much cooler. Honestly, I don't mean to like brag or anything, but I think I'd rather do it not in slow motion, you know? Not that I think it would be all possible, but like, you can kind of do it. Like, you can't like dodge individual bullets, obviously, but like having everything be in real time is just like very exhilarating. And having to actually like move your body like you're fighting for your life is like, I don't know, it's cool, it's fun. So I had a lot of fun playing. Well, actually, we were having a lot of issues with Blade and Sorcery, but I played a bit more of it off stream, and I got some like, I got a DLC for like some more like, some like better weapons and stuff. Not DLC, but like mods. And I was having like a lot of fun with it. I think I started getting the hang of it. It was just like a bit, because I've actually like practiced a bit with a sword in real life, because I'm a not because I'm a weeaboo. It's a long sword. It would be cringe if it was with a katana or something like that, but it wasn't with a katana. It's not those VTubers. What VTubers? Sussy? You're that guy who can't put the sword on the left side using the right hand. No, the thing is, right, I think something was messed up, because I did it when I did it yesterday. Not yesterday. Was it? When did I play it? I played it relatively recently, again, just off stream. And I didn't have any problems with it. I just didn't have any problems with it. And I got a mod for like some more realistic swords. And a lot of these ones, they come with like a sheath. And the sword actually, the hilt actually sits like way higher than the vanilla longsword. So it's actually just much easier to grab. So now I don't have like any issues with it whatsoever, but that was annoying. But yeah, maybe instead of streaming it, I would love to just like, maybe I'll just like post clips of cool things that I do every now and then. I feel like I'm pretty good at that game now. I mean, I like watching videos of people playing it well, because I like to kind of examine and just be like, maybe I should try that. because it's not necessarily a hard game, but trying to make it look good is almost like choreographing a fight in real time, I guess. Like trying to make it flashy. I love doing that. Like I just love playing games that aren't necessarily hard, but maybe flashy. I love flashy games. Like that's why I want to play Devil May Cry. I actually got Devil May Cry 5. I want to play that on stream one day. I know a lot of people try to make like their ideal game by just shoving a bunch of mods into an already existing game. Like I saw people trying to turn Fallout 4 into like a more realistic survival shooter, which you can make it look really cool with a bunch of mods, but like I feel like at the end of the day you're still just playing Fallout 4, and that game isn't that great. So I feel like you can spend like 200 hours, not 200, you can spend like 20 hours making a perfect mod list, and then when you actually boot up the game, you're still just playing the same old game with the same flaws and stuff like that, the same underlying issues, and eventually you just stop having fun with it again because well, those underlying issues are still there, and if you got bored of the original game, then mods would only keep your interest temporarily. I think people, instead of making mods for these games, should just like make their own games. They would do so well. Some of these people have really nice ideas. It's just that instead of making their own game, they just make a mod for a game that's mediocre. AKA every like Bethesda game. Like stop making stuff for Bethesda for free. Like make your own game, make money off of it. Why not? It's a lot easier just to make a mod, but come on. If a lot of these modders got together and made their own game, it would be interesting. Though I think that's already happened, and in one of them, there was one game. There was like a Skyrim mod that they made into like an actual game, but it was only okay. I heard it was some sort of like murder mystery game or something like that. You modded Monster Hunter. I like Monster Hunter. Well, I like the concept of Monster Hunter, I feel like, more than the actual game. Because every time I've tried to get into Monster Hunter, it just... I don't know. I end up getting bored because I'm very... I don't know, because sometimes I play games that are very grindy, very samey, like have like very samey objectives and stuff like that, and have a lot of repeating objectives. And sometimes I get clicks and I can get addicted, and sometimes I just fall out of it really fast. I think it just depends on it just has to first of all play good, and I feel like the setting also has to be appealing to me, like personally appealing. And one of those ways is just having cool armor or weapons or equipment is one way to just like get me, like it's one way to just make it, like if it's visually appealing to me, then I'll probably stick around for longer. And I kind of have very like particular tastes. There's some times where I'll just like enjoy a game a lot more. Like I'll enjoy a game a lot more if like... This is going to sound dumb, but I really don't like when like certain games, it can kind of like, sometimes it works, right? Because I feel like there are games that are very character oriented. In those games, it makes sense to play as a certain protagonist, right? Like Metal Gear Solid, it makes sense that you play as Solid Snake, you know? Like, it's his story, you know? But then some games just have a fixed protagonist for like seemingly no reason. In those games, I don't really... Those games, sometimes, like, if I don't like the protagonist, it'll, like, turn me off completely. Or if they do give me a fixed protagonist, then, like... This is, like, a really weird nitpick of mine, but having the option to to cover their face is like big for me. Like if your game has that feature, then like if you can give them like a cool helmet or a cool mask or something like that, just instantly the game becomes like twice as appealing to me. Which is so weird because it doesn't change gameplay at all. Sometimes even you don't even like see your own character. Like it might be like in first person or whatever. And sometimes if a game just has like that sort of design or that vibe, sometimes that's all it takes to like get me to play your game. Just have like a character in a really cool looking mask or helmet. Like I don't know why. I don't know how this ever happened. I think my awakening or whatever is probably like Star Wars with like Boba Fett and Jango Fett. Jango Fett? You mean Jango Fett? Oh well. Yeah, that was probably where it started. Stormtroopers were always really cool to me. Just like medieval knights with their face visors. even though like they can barely see out of them. Like that, I always thought that was really cool. I don't know. I'm just like a sucker for that. I have no idea why. That's why I always play Bloodhound when I play Apex. Like literally, this logic literally affects everything, almost everything I do in video games. Like, I don't really realize it until I take a step back and actually like, think about why I make certain decisions. Like in Apex Legends, my favorite hero, my favorite legend is Bloodhound. And I think that's literally just because his face is obscured. And once I saw a Valkyrie skin that looked a lot like the Titanfall characters. And that was really cool. And I would have bought that, but I just didn't have any money at the time. But if I did, then I'd probably play Valkyrie like a whole lot more. Which is weird because it's a first person game. You can't even see your own face. But that's just like a huge thing for me. I have no idea why. And then in like Valorant and stuff, I think you get like those two free... You get those two free, what are they even called again? Operators or something? I don't know, I don't play Valorant. But, I managed to get they give you 2 characters for free after a certain amount of games. And literally, I got like the only 2 characters that had their face obscured. I chose Omen and then KO. And it's like, and literally only for that reason, right? I don't necessarily even like how Omen plays. Like, it requires a lot of map knowledge, and I'm literally new to the game, so it doesn't help me at all. And KO actually just plays a lot like Counter-Strike, so I actually like KO, but yeah, it's so like, it's just so funny how like that, literally that drives so many decisions that I make. I kind of wanted a Vtuber that also reflected that kind of taste that I had, but honestly, that doesn't really work. I mean, it could work. I saw a lot of cool like mask / helmet designs, but those never really take off really. And if they do, it's because like, sure, they might have like their face obscured, but they'll also be like wearing basically nothing like otherwise. Like, they'll just be like, it's just like, oh no, you can't see the face, but like, oh, the body is all, that's fine. But no, I just like really like, I guess, no, I think before, what did I say? I think it was a high shadow hour. I think I said before, my awakening to this might have been like Boba Fett or Jango Fett, but I actually think it was, I think the first, I don't know what the first, maybe the first instance was Power Rangers, because that was also, it might have been Power Rangers actually, because I wasn't a big Star Wars person. You would kind of get exposed to Star Wars because it was just everywhere. But Power Rangers I was really into. Yeah, I was just like, I thought like they looked really cool. That's basically it. I think that's maybe why I'm such a sucker for like cool masks and cool helmets in games. And in just like visual, like in general, like if I could walk around normally with like a cool mask, and like it's just normal, and like nobody would look at me funny, I'd probably would. Because that's a lot cooler than like just not wearing one. I don't know. What is this faceless, like, I don't know why. Like, I feel like there has to be some sort of like mental reasoning. Like someone could like psychoanalyze me and figure out something within me. Why this is like so appealing to me. I don't know. Maybe I'll like, I don't know. Maybe I'll look it up. I don't know. I feel like sometimes I feel it's like, it's so stupid, but I don't really like, sometimes if I don't know something that's like seemingly obvious, or it's like if I have a stupid question, I just won't Google it, because like, I don't know. Because it's not like Google's gonna call me stupid, but also it's just like, I just feel dumb whenever I have to Google something obvious. So so a lot of times I just won't, and I'll just continue not knowing whatever thing. Yeah. I've barely gotten to this coffee. I might have to go soon. Time is it? 8 o'clock. going for an hour and 30 minutes. I don't know. I feel like we had a good talk. I don't really... Again, I kind of went off the rails. I have like a whole bunch of things that I want to talk about. That I've gotten like... I've really written them down because I want to talk about them. But I often just like... I'll bring up one or two of them and then I'll just go on a tangent. Maybe that's the point. Cause it is good. Is it a good? It's good. Nice to have a starting point, but I never ever stay on the list. And also, a lot of these things I write them down thinking that I want to talk about it, but then maybe because I'm heated in the moment, or I'm just like, whatever. I'm just currently thinking about a thing, and then when I'm actually on stream, I'm like, I don't want to talk about it. I'm like, I just think to myself like, nobody wants to hear this, or like, I don't even care about this anymore. Yeah. Oh, I forgot to... I think I forgot to like... I was gonna talk about a thing. I just forgot. There was one thing I wanted to talk about. I think it... I was about to get into it, but then I got sidetracked. I was talking about an Apex tourney that I watched. Called V Psycho. And I was listening to it started at like 5 a.m. because it was, you know, JP time. Oh, thank you for subscribing. Thank you. I don't know why is that like, why is that behind me? That should be above me. What am I doing? I'll put that above me real quick. There we go. Next time it'll work. You saw a cat clawing at a book? That's cute. I love cats. Hello. Hi, Isa. Welcome. It's called How to Tell If Your Cat is Plotting to Kill You. Huh. Is that a book? I feel like that's a book someone would write, honestly. I wouldn't be surprised. Yeah, I was listening to it is a book, okay. Yeah, I was listening to this to a group of 3 Vtubers in this Apex Legends tourney, and it made me wish that I was like, it made me just wish that I could work in some sort of team, you know? Especially in like something like a competitive game or something like that. It just sounds really nice. I haven't done that in so long. There was a moment where I thought I kind of got into like a competitive scene in a game a long time ago. It's been only a few years now, but it was a very niche, unimportant game, so it never got anywhere, but that was like a lot of fun. And I missed that. It would be cool if I could do that and have it kind of tie into the VTuber thing. I just need to find other VTubers to play with, I guess. So many of them like those kinds of competitive games, but just need to find one that would actually want to play them with me. It might take a while. Or if ever. You know. I don't know. Maybe I should just start reaching out to everyone that I can. But also I don't want to be annoying. Go do it? Okay. Alright, I'll do it. Maybe I'll do it later though. I'll do it later. I don't know. I guess a good place to start with a good place to start would be the people following me on Twitter, probably like my Twitter mutuals. I'm actually mutuals with a lot of VTubers that I just don't talk to. Maybe I should try talking to them. I don't know. Maybe not. Talking to new people is scary. Do I know the Bacteria song? No I don't. I don't know what that is. I'm still alive? Yeah. Live emoji? What do you mean? Wait, did I turn that on? Oh yeah, there was a new checkbox. There was a new I think they're rolling out this feature or something like that, because I saw it first on Vesper Noir's stream, and I was like, what is that? This is like, whenever I opened his stream on mobile, there was like this heart at the bottom right, and I was like, what is that? Why is there hearts coming? What is this, TikTok? It was like so weird. I'm not used to it. But yeah, I saw that, I was so confused. But yeah, there was a text box that showed up today. There was like a little checkbox that just said live reactions, and I was like, I don't know what that is, but I'll turn that on, I guess. I can't actually see them. I think only like only mobile viewers can see it. Huh. It's an interesting song, Issa, thank you. Oh, there's more. Sparing live emojis. Does that ring any bells? It doesn't. Weirdly enough. Maybe that's like, I don't know. Maybe they only started teaching kids that. I wish I could see the emojis. I don't know what emojis you're spamming. I don't know why I don't know why it doesn't let me see on it's from Amazing World of Gumball. Oh, okay, that's why. That's why I wouldn't have heard of it. I don't watch cartoons anymore. I mean, I don't watch anything anymore. I was just talking about that earlier. It's been a while since I even saw a movie. I was talking about how I watched the Mario movie. It was okay. It was fun. That's like the most I could say about it. It was fun. I think that's all the movies can strive to be anyways. Can't exactly say I've seen a movie that was like a life-changing experience. Everything Everywhere All at Once. I keep hearing about it. When the Oscars was going on, I heard that everybody on Twitter couldn't shut up about that. Is it really that good? I'll give it a watch maybe. I should write that down somewhere. Everything Everywhere. Okay. Okay, yeah, I heard that was really good. Maybe I'll just give it a watch one of these days. One of these days. Yeah, yeah, I was talking about how you should deal with nihilism. Maybe I need to see that movie then, because I'm pretty nihilistic, honestly. I'm a bit of a doomer sometimes. I'm like a positive nihilist. Most of the time. Like, I try to spin it into something positive, but you can't always do that. Now, what was I gonna... I was gonna say something. Keep forgetting about what I want to talk about. Oh yeah, what am I the prince of? I'm the prince of my kingdom. Yeah. Prince of tennis, no. I don't know, I never actually thought what I'm the prince of. I guess just of a kingdom. I thought about doing a stream like that, where we kind of review or maybe rewrite what my actual lore is. I know that's a bit like, what do they call that? Breaking kayfabe. But I thought that would be a fun idea for a stream. And after that we can kind of like keep that, like, that would obviously be breaking character. Not that I even play a character to begin with, but if I did, that would certainly be breaking it. But I feel like what if we did that, and then after that, I then stay in that character for the for the eternity, the eternity of this live stream. Because I kind of have a, I don't know. I should have probably written it down, like cemented it somewhere, because I always think I know what my... No, it was fine. You got me thinking, actually. Because sometimes I don't exactly know. Or maybe I think I should try to write should have a lore in like a lorepedia or something like that. Something I could reference, something I could just have and be like, this is concrete, and this is my lore, just so I always have the same, so I always have the same answer for people. I can't just keep making things up on the spot. So that would be, man, that's an interesting stream. Maybe I'll write that down. If I ruled over a planet. See, that's I don't know. I'm not really a fan of of things of like when it gets too complicated. Because honestly, I like it to be open-ended. Kind of. Like, my favorite... There was like this meme that I saw that was like comparing the lore of two different VTubers, and one of them was like, this is Korone. She is... I like the subtitles at the bottom. they thought it's thought I said coronavirus. But it's like, okay, yeah, this is Korone the dog. And she is... Well, she's a dog girl that works at a bakery. And then there was like this other one who was like... I forgot who it was. It was some other girl, and it was like a paragraph long. Or like several paragraphs long of like what this character is supposed to be. I'd rather just be that. I'd rather just be a dog working at a bakery. Obviously I can't be that, because that already exists. And I'm also, you know, I can't change the fact that I can't like change what I am, so I just have to find a... What type of story do you want? Not really a... Maybe not like a... I don't necessarily want a story, just like a guideline maybe. Prince of the Stars. I was thinking like... Well, I wrote down... I just had it written since for like a year at this point. That I'm a star that became a prince or something like that. But I've been thinking like... Isn't that kind of weird? Or I don't know. How would that work? Wouldn't that make me a shooting star? Like if I came to Earth, wouldn't that make me a shooting star? Then wouldn't I be a comet, not a star? And then at that point, like, there already is a comet VTuber, and I don't want to tread on her territory. So that is like a thing. And even though I'm Starry Prince Alois, which I still like, I don't think I'm ever gonna change that. But I'm not exactly... Is it really that complicated? No, but it's like... But it's just like... I don't know. I don't exactly know... Not open-ended enough? No, that's not it. It was fine. I'm just thinking like why... I'm just thinking like... I don't really know. Maybe like I just want to be more normal. Like I wanted to like be more grounded maybe. But in that case, and also I'm not like really a space guy. Like I like the star like iconography and like this, like, you know, the theme of stars, but actual like being in space and seeing like the balls of fire, that's not like my vibe. I'm not like an astronomy person. Like not one bit really. Which is like, I just kind of like the vibe of it. I feel such a... I feel like such a poser. I feel like such a poser, honestly. The ruler of the constellation. That sounds really cool, actually. But also, I'm also afraid to call myself the ruler of anything, because I generally have a low self-esteem, and saying that just makes me feel weird. But maybe I'll like go over it with with yeah, we'll do a lore stream. I don't know. I just have to think about it, maybe. Yeah, I know I have to be the prince of something. But I'd rather be the prince of something that doesn't exist, or something like that. Like a made-up thing. I don't know. But then I just said, that wouldn't really be grounded then, would it? I don't know. See, what I think what I was like going with was that I was just like the prince of some random kingdom. Like fantasy land type of deal. Like a land far, far away kind of thing. Like somewhere like it could exist. Like it could be like on an island somewhere. It's this weird like kingdom. But like you would like, you know, you can like suspend your disbelief enough to be like, oh yeah, that's something that exists. Or maybe it just exists in the virtual world. That's also something you can take advantage of in these kinds of things. Where like, oh, like even, let's say like, oh, whatever, this kingdom, and it's like, oh, that kingdom doesn't exist. That's like, that's where America is. But it's like, oh, not in the virtual world. Like, you can just make up stuff like that. Like, you just make, like, you can use that to basically just like, prince of a random kingdom and overthrown. That's a good idea, but also, yeah, okay, that could work. But do princes get overthrown? Actually, it's gonna sound stupid, but like, what do princes actually do? What do they actually do? I thought it was like, their job is being the son of someone. I guess being like the next king or whatever. Isn't that it? Is that even true? I don't even know. But from what I understand, it's just like you're the son of someone important. I think most realistically, they probably just sat around all day, like enjoying royalty until it came their day. Until like I guess they reached like mature age, and then they just became the next ruler or whatever. Maybe they would become like a lord or something like that. But it would most likely be after a while. Like it wouldn't be like, I mean, back then they didn't live for very long, so maybe I would technically be like a full-grown adult. Well, I mean, I am a full-grown adult, but I mean like fully matured adult, you know. Like nowadays, they won't let you be anything until you're like, they won't let you in any sort of office until you're like 35. So. And I honestly am still in college. So I couldn't possibly be the ruler of anything if I'm still going to college. And I could just make up things. But like, also, I'd like to be able to include my own life, my own situation, my own like... I'd like to make it like slightly personal. Like, obviously it would be like a made-up story, but also like it would fit in with my actual life. So if I said, oh, I'm going to school now, or I'm going to work, it would like make sense. But I don't think the problem with with like being a character and stuff like that, and like being a prince, it's like princes don't go to work. You don't have part-time jobs, but I do, and I don't feel like making up a reason why I can't stream. Why I can't stream some days, because it's annoying. Because because I don't want to seem lazy. You know, I'm doing stuff, I'm busy. And I also like just being open and honest, which doesn't really lend itself well to being a character. I don't know. I have to think it over. I have to think a bit. The lore stream would be interesting though, and it would make a precedent. So then after that, everybody would know, because it wouldn't just come out of nowhere. Like I'd all of a sudden be like, like it'd be weird if all of a sudden I was just like acting slightly differently with no explanation. I also think I wouldn't act any differently. I was thinking, I don't know. I saw someone recently that was like, I love VTubers that like stay in character all the time and stuff. Yeah, that's nice, but I mean, like, I don't have the energy, man. Like, I genuinely just do this because I want to like hang out with people and chill. This isn't like a job for me. This is like my getting away from my job, you know? And that's like the difference between me and them. You know? Is that like, you know, I don't know. Like, I like the idea of it. Like, it's neat on paper, but I don't think I would be actually able to execute something like that. Some of my self-esteem issues get in the way as well, because whenever I have to like act or make something up, it's like, I don't know. You need confidence to do that kind of thing. I don't have confidence. I just need to man up and like do it. I need to be cringe. I need to like live with the fact that my existence is cringe, and I need to just play into it and just, you know, try to have fun with it. That's my problem, I think. I'm thinking too much like I'm an actual person and not a virtual anime character on the internet. Hold on. Yeah. It is tough. No, it's not tough. I don't know what I'm saying. It's tough being so unsure. That's also where a lot of this stuff comes down to, that I'm just very unsure person. I'm very wishy-washy. Can never settle on things. That's why I love to have other people make decisions for me. I feel like if someone literally like said, okay, this is your, or someone I trust, like someone that I really trusted, or someone that I knew was like, oh, I mean, no, I could, but no, that would actually cost money. I was thinking of getting an actual writer. That's so overkill, dude. But I mean, yeah, that would be cool, but man, that's never gonna happen. Especially with the person I was thinking of, someone who actually writes. I know someone who actually writes VTuber lore. But dang, that would be expensive. I'm pretty sure. I don't think being mutuals with them would be like, hey, can I discount my guy? I mean, we follow each other on Twitter. Nah. But like having like, let's say a writer just be like, okay, this is your lore, you have to follow this now. I'd just be like, okay, I can do that. And I won't like question it or anything. I won't be wishy-washy about it because it won't be mine. I'll know that someone better than me, someone who I know I can trust, made this for me, and I'm going to, you know, use it. maybe that's the way to go. Because like, it's like everything that I fully have confidence in on my stream is like always made by someone else. Like my overlays, my actual model, I had no part in designing my own model at all. And that's why I love it so much. One, because it spoke out to me, even though I had no hand in it. It was still like, oh, this is perfect, you know? Like, oh, this is me for real. Just like me for real. Like, I felt that even though it was like, I had no hand in it. It just felt like it was perfect. Like, it chose me rather than me choosing it. Because if you gave me the job to choose something, I'll probably choose wrong. That's why it's like, someone asked me like, oh, what should this be? And I'll just be like, I trust your opinion way more than my own, you know? I don't trust my opinion at all. Especially for like design decisions. I'm just like, please make those decisions for me, you know? But yeah. That's one thing that it's a big, I guess that's a big flaw of mine, that maybe just not being very confident in like my own decision making. Whoa. There we go. I accidentally scrolled there. But yeah, that actually gave me an idea though. Maybe I should like at least inquire about that. But I doubt that's gonna go anywhere because it's a bit expensive, isn't it? A bit expensive, isn't it? I don't know why I said it like that. But that would be so cool. Yeah, but that's probably never gonna happen. There's a lot of things where it's like, oh, this would be so cool. Oh, I really want to do this, or if I had this, then I'd be able to make such cool stuff. And it's like, money, money is always the problem. Unfortunately, I hate that. You know, it's always like, it always sucks to admit that money is the problem, because it's like, you don't wanna say like, oh, I'd be so much happier with money, but like, also, I can do so much. If I just could afford it, I feel like I could just be so much more. I feel like just having money just like opens your creative potential so much more. And I should be like, I should honestly like just be happy with what I have. And I am, but like also there are just some things that I can't do, and it just gets on my nerves because it's like, oh, these people do it, but it's like, oh yeah, those people also are like millionaires, or they do this full time, so they're really just investing, you know? They're not like putting their hard-earned dollars on something just because they like it. They're expecting to make a return on it at the end of the day. And it's like, I want to put that same amount of dedication into it, even though I know I'm not going to make a return. Also, what? Oh, okay. My preview is just not caught up. Yeah. Like, I want to put in that same amount of effort and like, same amount of production value, but it's just not feasible. Not unless my actual job was like actually good, which it's not right now. I mean, at the end of the day, I am just still a broke student. I mean, most people who are like successful in this kind of thing are pushing 30 or already there. it's kind of hard to get into. If only I just had some skills, some I feel like someone always has some everyone had some sort of like, a lot of people who get into this kind of thing, they have some sort of skill that helps them come out like above other people, or lets them get a head start. Like maybe they can make their own model because they're a talented artist, or maybe they can do a lot of creative projects because they have, I don't know, maybe it be this skill or that skill, or maybe they just know people. Some people just go into it knowing a lot of people. They have a lot of connections. I didn't really have anything. I was literally just like a what the? It's the second time I did it today. That's so strange. But yeah, as I was saying, it's kind of just like I was kind of just like a dummy who wanted this to like do something. I don't know. I don't know what I'm saying. I don't necessarily even want to make something out of this. This is just like, it looked really fun, and it is really fun. But also, I want to make it worth it for those people who want to support me, you know? And I'm not sure I can do that right now. Like, I can't confidently say that it's worth supporting me. Just because I'm, you know, because I don't do this full time, I can't put all my effort into it. But whatever, you know, even so, I could probably still, like, I could put more effort into it than I'm doing right now, that's for sure. And like, there's still, I'm not doing, I say this, but I'm not doing, like, I'm not trying my hardest right now. Maybe, like, I just need to do that. Yeah, I don't really know. I don't know. I'm also just overthinking it. So you had to leave for a while? It's fine. I was pretty much just rambling anyways about my own what's the word? Insecurities. Yeah. What's your backstory now? I don't have one yet. I was thinking of getting I was thinking maybe if I got a writer or something. That's way too overkill. Especially for me who doesn't make any money from this. But I probably should just have something down before I get to that point. It wouldn't hurt. What do you think about my ideas? I like them. Yeah, I'll definitely like, maybe it'll have one of those elements in there. I don't really know. I have to like think about it real hard. And maybe get some ideas from my friends too as well. Just kind of like mash them all together. Make it something that I can be proud of, or at least make it something that I won't cringe every time I say it. I think that's the main thing. I just have to be confident in it as well. But yeah. I say that a lot, but yeah. But yeah. But yeah, what? I don't know. Anyway, it's been 2 hours. It's good enough for a morning stream. These aren't very long because I do have a day ahead of me that I have to get to. But thank you everyone for hanging out. And I mean, it's a celestial cowboy. I've seen cowboys. Not so much celestial, maybe just cowboys in general. Shoot stars from his guns. That sounds cool. But yeah, stuff like that is cool. I like ideas like that, but I can't. That's not really for me, but I'd be like, it'd be interesting if I saw something like that. I don't really know. I got my model as like a blank slate. Like I could put anything I wanted. Like I could give it any sort of like personality. I could say he's a okay, bye. I'm not leaving yet. Maybe soon. But I could have said he is anything, but I think the vibe that he gave off the most was princely. I think that was what came to mind at first. Maybe like a knight, but I think a knight would be less fancy looking. There's like the shoulder, like the shoulder plate thingy. But that's not really like for a protective shoulder thingy. That's more of just like a fancy thing. So that's why I thought like it was giving me Prince vibes. If you have so little self-esteem to call yourself the ruler of anything, call yourself a prince. A noble or a merchant? A merchant wouldn't be dripped out as much as this. And a noble, like... looks like a nobleman. I feel like a noble also wouldn't be dripped out as much. It's so fancy. So like... and I feel like... there's no point in like... going for a middle ground, right? Especially like... he'd be even more dripped out. I don't know how much more dripped out you could be. The merchant. Oh no. Because like royal money is crazy. Like something like isn't like the queen's well, the queen is dead, but in the UK, the royal like throne or whatever is made out of like solid gold or something. It's worth like millions of dollars or something like that. I don't know. It's crazy. They have crazy money. They just throw around money. Good morning, Matthew Chu. Welcome. Welcome. Oh my god. The subtitles are so bad. Maybe I'll try the new update. I wasn't able to do it this time, but maybe next time it'll be more accurate, hopefully. Yeah, that is a good point. But then you'd probably also make that like logic if you're so like also like it doesn't make much sense for me to even be a streamer, especially not a VTuber, if I already didn't have a lot of self-esteem. And I'm also not very like attention seeking. It's not really like I don't really have the streamer personality. Yeah. Majestic, that's a nice word for it. But yeah, I don't exactly have the streamer personality, so I don't know why I do this. I guess I just enjoy it. I enjoyed watching it so much that it inspired me to do it myself, and I kind of just had a lot of fun doing it, so I stuck with it. Are you sure you don't want attention? Not really. It would be nice to have more people in chat, but like, honestly, having more than like 10 viewers at a time freaks me out. Like, actually though, like it's rarely gotten to that point, but like the few times it does, I'm like freaking it. Seriously. I'm not built for it. I like talking to strangers. Is that why you did this? I guess I like sharing my experiences with people. And I like meeting new people. And I like just laughing and having fun with people. I guess that's it. That's pretty normal, right? You do all those things while streaming. Just streaming, like, you can do all those things with any amount of viewers, right? What I meant is I don't have like the drive to do this kind of thing professionally, but also being at a point where I could dump money into it also just make me happier because I would be able to do more stuff for the people who show up every day. I'd be able to do more to thank them. And I'd be able to give them like a proper show, you know? And I think, I don't know. The people who do like to come and hang out, I guess, but like, I guess they just enjoy hanging out, whatever. Like even though I can't do much, like I don't have any fancy things, or I can't do anything special for them necessarily. Maybe I should just try being more consistent. I mean, trying to be more consistent wouldn't hurt, at least at first. And I've been like streaming for like a decent amount of time at this point. A butler? I don't want to be a butler. Also, butlers wear black. I never saw a butler wearing white. I look like I'm about to get married. No. I actually look a lot like... I never actually... That's why I didn't pick up on this like before, because I never really like... I didn't really know about it, but like... Male idols dress like this a lot. Like this is like a lot like a male idol uniform. And I had no idea why. But they dress very like... They dress like royalty for some reason. I guess like it's a popular fit for... It's like a popular like kind of costume for men over in Japan. Like I guess fans of them just like that kind of thing a lot. I guess because it could just be... It could loop back to like the whole like wanting like a prince to like sweep you off your feet and stuff like that. I guess that's where it boils down to. Just a primal like like a primal desire to like just want like a... that kind of thing. So I see a lot of male idol like costumes. I mean, they wear a lot of stuff, but a lot of stuff is like there's a lot of like frills and like very like Victorian looking stuff, and I'm like, huh. But I never would have known that because it's not really something I ever used to consume. And even like the shoulder, the one side shoulder cape thing, that's also a very popular thing they do as well. So I think that's actually what this model was supposed to be going for. And I think I misread it. Well, not really misread it, because it's very like they definitely, the costumes are going for that kind of vibe. But it's a very like how do I word this? It's a take on it. It's a certain take on it, right? Or it's like, how do I say this? It's like their version of it. I don't know. But basically, I identified it as what they were basically like, because all those costumes, they heavily reference like that kind of like old style, right? Yeah, I know you're still here, don't worry. You don't have to like type in chat all the time. But yeah, it's very much like a male idol thing, and I had no idea. I had no idea. I just liked it because it looked very like royalty, and I'm just a big like I'm just like a big like I'm honestly just like a big history nerd, just from like I just really like kind of like Victorian era, that kind of stuff is really interesting to me. But that kind of just aesthetic is really cool, especially. It's definitely like one of the coolest like time periods, like aesthetic wise. And that's probably why I like my outfit so much. But also, I mean, I just like purple as well. I mean, I like purple, I like gold. And I don't know, I could see myself in... I could just see myself in it, I guess. Just had this sort of vibe. I keep saying vibes. Vibes. I don't normally say that word, but it's a nice word to say when you know something is... Okay, yeah, that could fit me very well, yeah. Yeah, think about it though. I'll think about it. I'll take it to the drawing board or whatever. Okay. I think it's time for me to go though. Thank you. Thank you everyone. Thank you for your ideas. Purple your favorite color? Yep. Definitely my favorite color. It's mine? Nice. Good taste. Very cool. Yeah, okay. I'll see everyone later. I might stream again tonight, I'm not sure. But yeah, thanks for listening to me ramble. Had a lot of rambling today, but hopefully you got something out of it. Okay. See ya later, everybody. Goodbye. Goodbye.